Hello, welcome to In My Crumble Opinion Shorts. I'm Phoebe Cakes, but today I am Robert.
And I'm Angel Food Cakes.
We typically interview Bay Area drag people and talk about Bay Area drag, but today we're doing something very different. We are inspired by one of our favorite YouTubers, the Oscars Contender, or what is it, the awards contender, and we're doing our reaction to the Oscars nominations that came out this morning. I don't usually wake up early, but I actually had a doctor's appointment at 7 o'clock this morning.
Because he got attacked by a dog.
Because I got attacked by a dog. And so on my way to the appointment, I saw that they were announcing the Oscars. So I got to see it live, announced by Quaid. David Quaid? What's his name?
Oh, I don't know.
Daniel Quaid? Dan Quaid?
Is it the little one?
It's Baby Quaid.
Baby Quaid? I don't remember.
Baby Quaid.
Yeah.
And Sassy...
Fan.
No, not Sassy. No, Zazzy. Yeah.
Jack Quaid and Zazie Beetz.
Yeah. See, I was right. It was Zazzy. Zazzy Beetz. Oh my God. What is wrong with me? Okay. They announced it this morning, and we're just gonna go give our little reactions. I just want to say, like, I am not usually the girlie that watches every single Oscar movie that's come out in the year. I don't even try very hard. I think this is the year that I've tried the hardest to try to watch everything. I definitely haven't seen everything. There are movies that I'm still interested in seeing, so these are like kind of like my uninformed opinions, but based on what I've seen and the stuff that we have seen, these are just our reactions to it.
Well, so we've seen definitely some of the kind of buzziest movies, but a lot of the movies that we did go and try to see this year were kind of famously snubbed this year. So
yeah, it's really just about the snubs.
A lot of what we saw was ultimately not on this list, or not as much on this list as they should have been.
Okay,
so where should we start?
Actor in a lead role, we have Bradley Cooper in Maestro. Read all the names and then, yeah, that's how we feel.
We have Coleman Domingo and Rustin.
Paul Giamatti in The Holdovers.
Cillian Murphy in Oppenheimer.
And Jeffrey Wright in American Fiction.
So of these, we've only seen Oppenheimer and Maestro. We definitely still want to see American Fiction and The Holdovers.
Yes.
Rustin, we watched the trailer for.
It really feels like not a good movie based on the trailer.
Produced by the Obamas.
Just like... I don't get cinema from this like kind of like just like gut reaction. I don't get cinema with a capital C when I saw that trailer. Yeah. It kind of looked like made for TV movie vibes. Maybe a little feel goody. Coleman Domingo does look like he's slaying the fuck out of that role. Like he is acting.
He's been slaying the fuck out of the red
runways.
Carpets. Runways.
So. My number one pick for best runway is going to be Coleman Domingo.
Yeah.
But my pick for this category...
My pick for biggest flop is Bradley Cooper. We watched Maestro kind of like accidentally. It was like kind of a thing we put on.
My parents were visiting and we were like, what do my mom and dad want to watch? They both fell asleep. We did watch the movie. We watched it and... It wasn't good. I actually thought it was a fine film. I think the acting was also pretty good. I just think that the plot was kind of aimless. And this is, we're talking about Bradley Cooper. Okay. But I do feel like the quality of the movie is also on the hook when choosing like best actor, you know? So I feel like Bradley Cooper did a pretty good job with a very like whatever plot for the movie, you know? It's like the main, if you haven't watched it, spoiler alert, the main dilemma, tension in the movie is that he's gay and he's married.
Boo!
Boo! We don't like...
Okay.
Okay.
Let's wrap it up. Okay,
we'll wrap it up. Okay. We haven't seen The Holdovers, but Paul Giamatti is one of those actors where just like, they're acting when they're acting. I feel like, I don't know, people love Paul Giamatti because he's just like, it's like you see the spit coming out his mouth and his nostrils flaring up. It's just like, you're acting way too hard.
He doesn't have a lazy eye, but somehow he acted a lazy eye. Like, wow.
What movie was that?
The Holdovers.
Oh, The Holdovers? Oh, okay.
I mean, we haven't seen it. Anyway, of this category, we've only seen Cillian Murphy and Bradley Cooper. Obviously,
Cillian Murphy is probably going to win.
So Cillian Murphy's probably winning.
But actually, if I had to choose my favorite, I haven't seen the movie, but I love Jeffrey Wright.
Yeah.
I think Jeffrey Wright is like one of my favorite actors.
We want to see that because it does look, that does look really good.
And then of the movies, American Fiction kind of just happened to be like this hot last minute Oscar buzz movie, but I saw the trailer and it's just like, it doesn't read to me as like Oscar baity in the way the other movies are. So, so I'm rooting for Jeffrey Wright. Snub for me was Andrew Scott in All of Us Strangers.
Yeah.
Number one critically reviewed movie of the year of recent past. But definitely just like glossed over in the whole awards season, which is fine because I know it's just kind of a heavy, very niche movie, niche film. I thought it was great. I thought Andrew Scott was just kind of like did a masterful job.
Yeah.
Teo Yu in Past Lives also famously snubbed.
Would he be lead actor or supporting?
Lead actor, I believe. Yeah, he would be lead actor. And
they could engage in some category fraud, but they're not because he didn't get nominated.
Yeah, he didn't get nominated, which is, again, very evocative of what happened with Parasite. Like, most highly acclaimed film, none of the Asian actors were, like, noticed by the Academy, so...
let's move on. Let's get the rest of the boys out of the way. Actor in a supporting role. We have Sterling K. Brown in American Fiction.
Robert De Niro in Killers of the Flower Moon.
Robert Downey Jr., Oppenheimer.
Ryan Gosling in Barbie.
Mark Ruffalo, Poor Things. We still haven't seen Killers of the Flower Moon, which I still really want to see that. So hopefully that will happen soon.
So we're both kind of like surprised that Mark Ruffalo has so much energy and excitement behind him.
We loved Poor Things.
Yeah, we're not surprised that he got it.
He was great.
We love Poor Things, and he was great in Poor Things. But I think when I think of like acting roles,
he wasn't like, the heart of the film.
He wasn't the heart of the film.
He wasn't even the left hit of the film.
Yeah, and I will say there is kind of like this preconception that comedic roles aren't taken as seriously or can't be taken as seriously as like dramatic roles, and I want to stay away from that because I actually think that he did some really, really good comedic acting here, and it is commendable.
Yeah.
Same with Ryan Gosling. Same with Ryan Gosling.
Job.
Really great. But I think Ryan Gosling's character just had a little bit more to chew on in terms of like transformation and
in the way that Mark Ruffalo was not like the heart or the tit of Poor Things, Ryan Gosling kind of was at the heart of Barbie.
Yeah.
So I think that nomination for him makes sense.
I want to see Sterling K. Brown in this American Fiction movie. That's on our list. We're going to watch that. Robert De Niro, Robert Downey Jr., it's just kind of like obvious choices. I think like if they didn't nominate Robert De Niro, there's something wrong with like, the Oscar voters, I guess. Haven't seen the movie yet. I'm sure he's great in it. Robert Downey Jr., to me, it just, in Oppenheimer, it just felt like a Robert Downey Jr. cameo. Like the whole time, I don't know. He was good in it too. It's probably going to be Robert Downey Jr. Who do you think's going to win?
Probably Robert Downey Jr.
I guess Robert Downey Jr.
I have more to say about the snubs in this category than
snubs.
About big snub in supporting actor
is Charles Melton.
Yeah.
In May December. Again, not getting a whole lot of excitement leading up to these nominations, which is like really too bad because I thought probably the best acting I've seen from like someone that I didn't know.
And someone who did provide that beating heart in that movie that needed to be there for those two girlies to be squabbling over.
Yeah.
So
the Mother Convention. He was the Heart of the Mother convention. That's hard to do.
Actress in a leading role.
Okay. 11,000... Was it 11,000 or 1,100 Academy voters?
I think it's like 1,100.
1,100 Academy voters. Where were y'all? When did y'all get together and watch Naiad? Because I've never heard of this movie. But y'all really put it in out of nowhere.
We got Annette Bening in Naiad.
Lily Gladstone, Killers of the Flower Moon.
Sandra Hüller, Anatomy of a Fall.
Carey Mulligan in Maestro.
And Emma Stone in Poor Things. Another one, we have only seen 2 of these movies. So we can't give a whole lot of opinions on Lily Gladstone's or Sandra Hüller's or Annette Bening's performances outside of the clips we've seen online, which I've seen a few of these. So this does look like a pretty competitive race. I don't know who's going to win it. I know Lily Gladstone's done pretty well in this award season, as has Emma Stone.
As has Sandra Hüller. Okay, so if I had to get in the mind of an Academy person, we love Carey Mulligan, but they also love Emma Stone. I really think it's going to be Emma Stone. That would be my guess.
My hope is that it's Lily Gladstone. I think Emma Stone was fantastic in Poor Things. But I just want to see Lily Gladstone win an Oscar.
Absolutely.
And I did think Carey Mulligan was the best thing about Maestro, but I don't want that movie to win a single thing. She was great
in Maestro. Was that a good...
that was something.
Okay. Yeah, let's move on. We're talking a lot for something we don't know anything about. Actress in a supporting role, Emily Blunt in Oppenheimer.
Danielle Brooks in The Color Purple.
America Ferrera in Barbie.
Jodie Foster in Naiad.
And Divine Joy Randolph in The Holdovers. Okay, well, let's talk about a snub here. An actress in a leading role, we did not get Margot Robbie. But surprisingly, we did get America Ferrera in Barbie. Which is interesting because...
It's the talk of the internet.
Yeah, I love America Ferrera. I thought her character in Barbie was kind of just fine. And I personally find that monologue written by a man to be terrible.
Did Noah Baumbach write that?
Noah Baumbach obviously wrote that monologue.
Yeah, it's a boot.
So I haven't yet. We haven't seen The Color Purple. I want to see it. Yeah. I have no doubt that I'm gonna love Danielle Brooks in it. I think Divine Joy Randolph is gonna win because
she's been sweeping the award season.
She's been sweeping the award season.
That'd be cool to see her just sweep the whole thing. Emily Blunt, I did think was really fun in Oppenheimer.
She was a high point for
Oppenheimer, but she wasn't she was not the beating tit of Oppenheimer.
No, she truly wasn't. She was the comic relief,
right?
And then she had that one mother moment, in the interrogation or the testimonial deposition room, where she wasn't even that incisive. I don't know. It was funny the way they shot it made it feel so much more mothery than it was.
Yeah, it was well done. Yeah, but hopefully Divine Joy Randolph takes that because that would just be a really fun kind of narrative for the award season. Other snubs of the actresses were the May December girlies.
The May December girlies. They probably split the votes. You know what I mean? Whoever liked May December enough either voted for Natalie Portman or Julianne Moore. So it's just
tough.
That's tough.
That's tough. Yeah. But the other big snub was Greta Lee in Past Lives. We watched Past Lives this past week or so, and it was just really beautiful. And she does a really excellent and very kind of subtle work.
Yeah. To me, the bigger snub, I think, to the internet at large, the bigger snub is Greta Lee. But for me personally, I think the big snub is Teo Yu. Just the way his eyes worked in the movie, just really the heart of it. Greta Lee also just did a wonderful job. So yeah, that's too bad because that movie deserves more. Those actors deserve more. So. Costume design, Poor Things. Set design, Poor Things. Prosthetics,
cinematography.
Prosthetics probably gonna go to either Oppenheimer or whatever it's called, like makeup and hair. Yeah. Probably gonna go to Oppenheimer or Maestro, but maybe Poor Things. Okay, directing.
We have Justin Trier for Anatomy of a Fall.
Killers of the Flower Moon by Martin Scorsese.
Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer.
Yorgos Lanthimos for Poor Things.
And Jonathan Glazer for Zone of Interest. Okay. Another category with some high-profile snubs, Greta Gerwig was not nominated for Barbie.
I think that is misogyny. Just because, like, why would you nominate that film for Best Picture? You know, like, whenever that happens, like a film's nominated for Best Picture, but the director's not nominated, it's just like, make that make sense to me.
Well, it has. They nominate 10 movies for Best Picture, so it's not like all of them are also going to get one of the 5 places that they reserve.
I know, but you know, like the Best Pictures, they are ranked. Like, you know, there is like a list of the Best Pictures, and I'm sure Barbie, no matter what, like if they had cut it down to 5 movies for Best Picture, I'm positive Barbie would have been on it. So it's just like I know for a fact that, like,
for sure
that's not lining up.
I had some controversial opinions about Barbie that have been like largely vindicated in the
Barbie's not perfect
in the internet world. No, I did not love Barbie. My big problem with it is that it was like more of a Ken movie than it was a Barbie movie.
That didn't bother me. But if we're just talking about directing, I think Greta Gerwig.
I think that Greta Gerwig did do. She made a fun movie that was the movie of the year. And
what would
she
you
pulled it
take
off.
out?
Well, I don't know. I haven't seen Zone of Interest, so I can't say.
Or Anatomy of
a Fall.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, I'm just saying, like, yeah, I think she should have made it in. Yeah. I don't know who shouldn't have. There's other people who made great movies this year that you know.
Okay.
Todd
if you had to choose between Oppenheimer and Poor Things, Yorgos and Christopher Nolan.
I mean, I would pick Poor Things just because like it was just such a fun and like immersive and just like, you know, it took you on a journey and you were there with it every step of the way. And I thought Yorgos.
Okay, we did skip this category, so I want to go back to it. Best Original Screenplay, Past Lives, or May December?
Ooh. Probably May December.
It's a hard one.
Yeah.
I would say Past Lives.
Okay.
I don't know.
May
December is really good too. But what's weird to me is that May December is pretty much based on like a tabloid story that's pretty well established, and the film pre-beats are kind of like taken from that source material, but it's under original screenplay. Am I right? Am I wrong?
You're right.
You're right. And then like something like Barbie, which does have pre-existing IP, but there's no like Barbie land mythos that existed prior to, you know, the movie's conception. So that's just kind of like, I don't understand these.
Well, May December is an original screenplay. That just makes sense. But Barbie as an adapted screenplay is funny. That does not make sense.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
But Best Picture. Let's do it.
Out of the 10.
Okay, American Fiction.
Anatomy of Fall.
Barbie.
The Holdovers.
Killers of the Flower Moon.
Maestro.
Oppenheimer.
Past
Poor
Lives.
Things.
Zone of Interest.
Okay.
We've only seen some of these movies.
Well, I know, like, I think that, like, you know, 90% chance Oppenheimer's gonna win it. But what do you want to win it?
I think if there was an upset I was hoping for, it'd be Past Lives. If there is an upset that I think is likely, I would say Poor Things. if there was an upset that I thought was poetic, I would say Barbie. You know, like that'd be great because like the Oppenheimer Barbie kind of dichotomy duel that's been going on. If it culminated with Barbie getting Best Picture, I think that'd be like kind of a slay. But personally, I want something that's like small and special, and lovingly crafted by a boutique team of filmmakers. I would do something like Past Lives as opposed to something like bombastic and obvious like Maestro or Oppenheimer, So, but I think all things being a Venn diagram, like what the Academy likes, what was a really good film, and what I personally like, I think Poor Things is the just
meets
winner.
In the middle.
Meets in the middle.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, totally. All of Us Strangers should also be on here. Should have taken Maestro's place. Maestro has no business. And was there anything else we saw? Oh, May December.
May December. Could have been on there.
Yeah. But, we still have some of these others to see. But
yeah, is it homophobia? I don't know.
A gay man directing May December, a gay movie with All of Us Strangers.
Yeah. Well, they nominated Sterling K. Brown, who's a black man playing, I think, a homosexual in American Fiction, and then Rustin, famously gay, as telegraphed very loudly in the trailer. So, I mean, I don't know.
Anyway, that's our takes.
Those are our takes. Come to our Oscars party.
DM for the address.
DM for the address. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye. Icky, down.
Icky, you're ruining the video.
You're ruining the audio.
No, he's improving. He's improving.
This is the ASMR segment of the video.
Okay, here you go. Okay.